As a book editor, here's my take on using said, as requested. The advice I usually see on said falls into two camps. Only use said because said is invisible. Never use said because said is boring, said is passive. Honestly, both of these pieces of advice are too extreme to be useful. Dialogue tags should be chosen based on context, not some arbitrary rule. So let's look at this from a context perspective. For example, if two people are hiding while their house is being searched, said is going to look out of place compared to whispered or murmured. You could write said in a low voice, but do you really want to be adding extra words just to clarify said or qualify it in some other way? Additionally, I think if you only use said, it is another missed opportunity for character development and for scene development at the line level. A gruff, commanding officer is going to speak very differently from a shy teenager. That being said, lol, sometimes people are just chatting. Sometimes you don't want dialogue tags to distract from the words because you want the reader to pick up on some careful hints. So my recommendation is to include both in your writing by choosing the dialogue tags or lack thereof with intention based on the context, based on the character, based on what's happening, based on the emotions, the tension, etc. So here are a few tips as far as how to actually do that, both for practicing dialogue tags and choosing them in your draft. If you think you use said too much, by all means, switch it up. There are a lot of great resources that list substitutes based on category. Those can be super helpful, so I recommend getting one to have on hand. You can also do a writing exercise. Choose a dialogue-heavy scene from your work in progress and change every dialogue tag with said to something else. This not only helps you expand your said vocab, but you also start to see when it becomes too much or when it's unnatural. Take the same scene and do the opposite and only use said for the same reason. In your final draft, what you're going for is a balance that fits your story and your style. So it's helpful to experiment with the extremes and then home in. When revising a scene for dialogue tags, really ask yourself what the character is doing, how they are behaving, what fits the moment, what fits the rhythm and the flow of the scene. Use said when you don't want to draw attention to the tag, for the reasons I've mentioned throughout this video. Use a different word when it adds clarity, emotion, tone, rhythm, etc., and when it develops the character or the scene. You can also use action beats, which can sometimes replace the dialogue tag altogether. Don't pick a dialogue tag just because it's different. Pick a dialogue tag because it fits. Your job is not to show off your thesaurus. Your job is to stay in character, in voice, and to build an immersive scene.